Hi, I'm Tony Harris. I'm on Splash Page. Had a great time talking to you guys today. So if you have time, look me up on the internet, TonyHarrisArts.com, and I never disappoint.
Ever.
Excelsior!
Hey, everybody. I'm Drew with Splash Pages, and I have somebody who's always great to see, whatever con, the great Tony Harris. Tony, how's Terrificon been for you yet again?
It's been really great. We did it last year for the first time, and we enjoyed it so much and had such a great time. And they invited us to come back, and we just jumped. I mean, it's been even better this year.
I'll actually agree to that, even better. So I'm just gonna get the one that I feel I always talk to you about every time because it's how we met, Starman. You know, it's the 90s book that just keeps on coming. You and James created a world. Like, I get excited every time someone even references Opal City because I feel like before you guys, it kind of got forgotten. So, yeah,
Do they still do that at DC?
every once in a while it gets brought up. Like, I got excited when they brought it up in Arrow. I was like, oh, yeah, Arrow, nice. So Starman, I mean, you keep, I don't think you ever get tired of signing copies. There's omnibuses keep getting reprinted. You keep seeing other Jack Knights beside me. So, I mean, again, there was the world you and James kind of co-created. And how does that feel?
It's pretty amazing. I was just talking to somebody else today about the fact that, I really do feel like James and I have created something that has a lasting impact, and we've made a permanent mark on the medium with something that we created from whole cloth.
Right.
And that's a big deal to me. I'm not saying, oh, we're a big deal.
No.
I'm saying to me that's a big deal. That's a
Yeah.
bucket list. Not just being involved in the industry and having longevity to my career, but like I said, making a mark
Right.
that's indelible and that will be there beyond my existence.
Right. So, speaking of another great mark, is that your collaboration with Brian K. Vaughan on Ex Machina, which I have to say, I'm sorry, I haven't finished reading it yet. I'm getting through it. But another great world. You have this superhero, well, I think one of the few in his world, and oh, the only. Okay, good. See, I say, got to finish it, everybody. The only one, and he becomes the mayor, and then he finds that being the mayor is kind of just it's more complicated than being a superhero. So you guys worked on that, and wards and such and so forth. And I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen any of the machine or is it the Great Machine at a con, but like again, another great point. Like what was that like working Brian K. Vaughan on that? Which, like I said, I've never heard of something like that. I don't think never will again.
He was the dream collaborator. Brian is truly interested in that in every sense of the word. And I'll give you one example.
Okay.
When I came onto the project 2 years after he sold it to DC, and they couldn't find the right artist. And when Brian first conceived of the book, his idea for the Great Machine was a dude in spandex and a cape. Now, if you've even seen a single image from Ex Machina,
Right.
you know that's not the case.
No.
So you can see what I brought to it.
Oh yeah.
And as soon as I came up with the idea, oh yeah, the guy's going to control machines, so I think he should be a part of some kind of machine, i.e. the jetpack and
Right.
all of that. I'm grounded in reality when I tackle design, and so having Mitchell's flight suit and costume be something practical, like being able to buy things. He's an engineer, so
Right.
being able to design and build things and access materials that are readily available
Right.
was very, very important. So I think I answered the question.
No, you did great, buddy. And let me just tell you guys, what he's working on right now is superb. And whoever's getting it, like, frame it in a really spooky part of your house with like a light that flickers, because it's gonna creep the hell out of anybody who goes out to get it. Maybe in a basement, where you're just like, oh, get the pickles. Oh yes, welcome to my basement, bish. That should give you an idea of what he's drawing. So the last question I have is, I mean, you've been doing this for a long time. You start
Almost 35
I've done it 35 years, man. You work for Marvel. You've worked for DC. You've done covers. You've done interiors. I don't know if you've inked. I'm sure you inked. But it's also about the collaborators. And one who I love bringing up because I swear I never stop hearing more about him, and I'm really sad I'll never get a chance to meet him, was Archie Goodwin. I've read so much about him and whatnot, but I always loved that he was a big push to help Starman. And, when he passed, which was extremely sad because any great talent, you guys had him as your guiding light. So would you mind saying a little bit about him to people who might not know what he had hands in? Because I find out that so many great books that I love, Archie Goodwin was the push, or the like in your case, the guiding light. So
Archie was very much like a father to me, and his passing was a big part of why I left the series with issue 45. But his name alone and just what he achieved as a writer, and not just as a writer, but I mean, creating the epic line over at Marvel,
right.
And having, his feet all the way down to the roots over there before he ever became editorial at DC.
Right.
The guy just achieved so much in his career and brought the word legend to the table when he walked in a room every time. And to have him as a mentor on my very first series as a young creator in comics, you just really can't do better than that.
No.
And so my whole career, I absolutely owe to Archie and his tutelage and his direction and support. And I can't count the times that he fought for me and James, and always gave us enough rope to hang ourselves, but always hoped that we wouldn't.
Right.
And just kind of left us alone to do our thing. And so you got Starman.
Yeah. And the world is so much, nice. And the world is so much better for it. Yeah. So, guys, Tony Harris, please check out his work, buy his stuff when you can. Just like me, when you can afford it, get a commission. And everybody stay tuned. Splash Pages, we got a lot of great content, a lot of great creators. And I don't know, have a good day, Tony.
You do the same, man. Thanks for your time.
Totally. Second and just bam.
Hi, I'm Tony Harris, the Tony Harris. Don't forget, look online, find my work, support me if you can. We're going to start that over because that sucks.
No, that was oh, hey, I'm Tony Harris. That was so funny. All right, you want to try it again?
Yeah.
All right, go.
Hi, I'm Tony Harris. Buy my art. No. Okay, ready? Here we go. Ready?
Go.
And action.